Hey everyone, Andrew Cooperrider. What you're about to watch or listen to is a show called Late Night on the Right. It's a show I've been working on that has aired on TV, but I haven't broadcast it yet onto my socials or onto any podcast channel, anywhere where you can specifically follow it, because we aren't quite yet to roll it out. We probably won't fully roll it out on a social media and everywhere else until the first of the year, but as we're working through this project, working out the kinks, even in this episode, we ran into a little bit of an audio issue early on. We did fix it, made some jokes about it during the time, but we do want to get your feedback. So if you're watching this show, you want to give us some feedback there on what you like, what you didn't like, what you agree with, what you didn't agree with. We would greatly appreciate it. That's why we're kind of doing this soft launch here. So feel free, shoot me over your suggestions. You can email info@theandrewshow.com. Once again, this is info@theandrewshow.com. Shoot me over suggestions, but I hope you take a listen to it. The idea is it's a late night political comedy show. Obviously, it's maybe not the best show if you're listening around little kids or something like that. But I hope you watch, hope you enjoy, and hope to hear your feedback. Once again, that's info@theandrewshow.com. Shoot me over an email with your suggestions. Thank you all. Hope you enjoy.
Tonight, we've got a powerhouse panel ready to break down the news, stir up the conversation, and maybe ruffle a few feathers along the way. Joining us is the sharp and straightforward voice you know, Bob Waters, the quick-witted and fearless Dylan Sizemore, and bringing insight and fire, Michael Gilkison. And now, the man who turns late nights into the loudest voice of common sense conservatism, your host, Andrew Cooperrider.
And welcome to Late Night on the Right. It has been a little bit of a sad week, of course, with the unfortunate assassination of Charlie Kirk. And, of course, we're not going to joke about that today, but we do hope this show brings you a little bit of laughs in this dark time. And here to help me out with it is the wonderful comedian and star of the movie The Finish Line, Michael Gilkison.
Hey, everyone.
Hey,
Thanks for
Michael.
having me, man.
You're looking good, man.
I
You're not
appreciate it.
Native American, right?
Not that I know of.
Okay, you're not. You know who is, though?
I'm not giving them my genetic information.
Well,
if you
keep
think
it.
I'm going to do that, nope.
Well, you know who is Native American and also Asian? Our friend, not a lesbian, Dylan Sizemore, comedian here in Louisville. Welcome, Dylan.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And of course, the man you call when you're in trouble. When you find yourself arrested, he's the first call you make. Bob Waters, attorney Bob Waters. Bob, welcome back.
How you doing there, Andrew?
Bob, I appreciate you returning here on Late Night on the Right. And to start us off, I have a story that I think really encapsulates, we obviously all are from the South, and I think this really encapsulates how we handle things, why the South shouldn't handle maybe foreign policy of a sort. We have this story coming out of a congressional hearing regarding a UFO over Yemen being struck by a Hellfire missile, reacting to the strike, and then continuing onward without phasing it at all. We do have a video on it for you guys if you want to see it. It doesn't have much noise to it, but let's go ahead and take a look what happens there. You'll see some bright, shiny lights there. There you go. They just hit it with the missile. It knocks a few things off. It falls down there. And then it's back at it, zipping around just fine as anything else, completely ignoring it.
I thought you were reading a Trivial Pursuit card for a second. It's like Yemen, missile, UFO. Boom.
Well, I think it shows. I mean, it is the most maybe American Southern thing in the world to be like, what's that? I don't know. We'll shoot it with a missile. Let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot her down, brother.
If we can
Name
blow
that
it up,
missile.
let's do it.
Let's take shots at it, right?
Yeah.
All I got to say is were they confused? Did they think it was a Venezuelan drug cartel boat?
Uh-oh. Callback.
Yeah, going after the illegal aliens, taking it to a whole new level, am I right?
They're not going to get any good cocaine if they keep that up.
Well, it is interesting. I know that if
Not that it
aliens-
comes from there.
if aliens come to the planet, the way I like to welcome something that has accomplished something we can't, travel many light years probably to our planet and visit us, the way I welcome it is by shooting at it. Am I wrong?
No, that's how we
when you go out in the woods, it's the whole point of hunting. You look, it's congratulations, you're in the sight. It's time to shoot.
It's my attorney, by the way, everyone. We've been talking off air. He's hired.
Is it fine if I shoot Yeti? If I'm out there and I just see Yeti, and I'm like, you know what? I think, let's see what happens if I just shoot it. Would I be covered, Bob?
Well, I don't know about that, and I'm a little hesitant to tell Michael anything. I mean, he's not ready to start shooting somebody, and you know, Dylan is he could take some fire.
You know,
Dylan,
Yeah.
have you ever been hunting?
Yes.
Okay, you have been hunting.
yeah,
okay, let me ask you: have you seen any UFOs while you're hunting?
No, but
Then you didn't drink enough.
it's true. Does mushrooms count?
he's a philosophy guy, so he identifies everything. He's like, oh, flying. Oh, that's that.
I know
that's that.
that is
it's
a flying
identified.
object. It's not unidentified. 100%.
You have to know what's not going on, of course.
The whole reason I don't believe in Bigfoot is because there's too many rednecks with guns. They would have shot one by now. There's no Bigfoot hunting season.
That makes sense, unless he's bulletproof, like this UFO is. Correct.
Ooh. Yes, it caught
That
hellfire
makes sense.
and took it like a champ.
It makes sense why he'd be in Seattle.
It
Like
does.
there's some non-gun Seattle, minus some militias and stuff. But
Well, and I think it does shape a foreign policy. I mean, we are over Yemen. What is the U.S. military doing? We're not at war with Yemen, right?
I don't think.
not that I'm aware of.
I don't think this
Okay.
is the right panel to ask.
Is
Bob, I'm deferring to Bob. on
We're
that
just defer to Bob on that.
well, you know, regardless, as far as the war against Yemen goes that we're apparently waging, I don't know if just shooting at aliens is the correct call. But
I'd give him
thing,
bourbon. That's the Kentucky thing to do.
Well, one way that we know we shouldn't be dealing with things is whenever we check in on our friend in New York City, Zoran Mondani here. He's, of course, the front runner for mayor, and he came up with a great idea for how to get rid of gang violence, and it's by deleting the gang database. He was being interviewed. Let's take a
I
listen to
get it.
that.
Let me ask you about a bunch of different policies just to kind of get your thinking out there. If city council legislation to abolish the NYPD gang database were to pass, would you support and sign that?
I have supported that proposal. It's one I've supported because of the vast dragnet has meant the inclusion of New Yorkers on the basis of whether they go out late, photos they put on social media. There's no question that we have to take gangs extremely seriously. And yet I find that a database that includes New Yorkers on such bases is one that doesn't actually do exactly that.
So in case you missed it there, Zoran, what he just said was he wanted to get rid of the gang database in New York because people were being included because they were going out late and what they posted on Facebook. Michael, let me ask you.
Yeah.
When's the last time you threw up a gang sign on Facebook?
I definitely don't put them on Facebook. It's more of a TikTok thing more than anything. Not even Instagram, really. So, yeah, I'd go with 0. Or actually, I need to defer to my lawyer.
Hold on one second. Before we defer, Bob, I've got to tell you something.
Tell me.
Mics have generally clips. You've lost yours
I have
somewhere
lost it.
in your shirt. If you could just take your mic there
Yeah.
and hold it up to your mouth or right at your right around here somewhere, just talk into it. We'll get that figured out. Take it out of the suit jacket. Bob, take it out of the suit jacket.
I like it where it is.
Pull it
Andrew.
through. Okay, and then just hold it right here, Bob.
Can we
Okay.
clip it to his ice cream? Bob brought ice cream here to this taping,
I mean, you know.
and he did not offer Dylan any or myself.
Dylan's pretty upset.
or
Michael
Andrew.
Gilkison's upset about it.
That's, you know.
He did not bring ice cream, and this is what happens. You've been eating too much ice cream, and your body has swallowed the clip.
Apparently.
for the
we
mic.
give you-
just
Dylan,
just
can
hold
we
it.
give
Just
him
hold
our
it there. We'll
clips?
deal with it on break. Don't worry about it.
I guess so. You know, this, I'm going to owe you for this clip.
He's done lost it. But anyways, so Zoran says we need to get rid of the gang database, keeping track of who's a gang member, because that's how we will fight gang crime.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense to me. Dylan, does that make sense to you?
Much like his bench press, that answer was pretty trash. Like that's rough, dude.
Well, what does he bench press?
I know
You didn't see
it's
that?
not 135.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, a few weeks ago, he was like, we covered it on the show. He was bench pressing, and they put, what is it, 135?
135, yeah.
On the bar, and you can only do it twice. And they weren't even full bench presses. They came down not even a fist touching. Like, it was a full, and he just did 2 with assistance the whole time.
He had somebody else
Oh,
basically.
spotter.
I've had
Not
both-
even going all the way down with the spotter. I don't trust it.
I don't trust a man who can't bench press properly.
I think more politicians should have to bench press, and I trust them more. Like I've destroyed
call.
my shoulders twice, and I can still do 135. Like I feel like you should, as a man, be able to bench press.
Well,
that
and
much.
Zoran's also a lesbian like yourself, so that does make sense.
Some
To
of
be
us are a bit
clear,
more butch
to
than
be
the
clear,
others.
Dylan is a man who is married. For those of you who are just maybe listening to this and haven't looked, and he's just
man,
wearing
what
a
a
Rosie the Riveter handkerchief, and it's kind of funny.
I mean, people think misgendering's funny, right?
that's funny now.
Did I miss anything?
It's hilarious, as a matter of fact.
My lawyer thinks it's funny. So
And, I think Dylan's a fine-looking lesbian.
Fine looking lesbian, Bob says. Fine looking
define
lesbian.
fine. Fine is
Bob,
like fine.
You got to pick up your mic, Bob.
I've put it everywhere I can think. But
So,
anyway,
Bob, what do you think about Dylan?
I think Dylan is one fine-looking lesbian. That's what I'm going to say.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Bob.
That's great. That's great. So
whether-
Zoran's, though, moving to get rid of the gang database because of what people post on Facebook and that they're out too late. Now, my mama always said, ain't nothing open past midnight but a good pair of legs. And
Whoa!
that's what she would say.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah,
and
your
that
mom's
was her
awesome.
saying, hey, you better be home by 11. All right? So
Wow.
I'm just saying, it certainly, if you're out late and you're throwing up gang signs on your social media,
That's a conservative mom. I think a liberal mom would want you out all night, maybe.
I'm not gonna say that like you can't find me with throwing gang symbols, but like those were all at like 5 p.m. and above, like before.
you're not hitting both factors. You're not
no.
out late and throwing up gang signs.
You know
on
what, though?
Facebook.
I was in Lexington the other day. It was 1 o'clock. You're not even at the end of lunch. A guy was getting arrested. During the day, just Main Street. And I'm just wondering, I'm like, you're doing the wrong thing. The sun is still out. It is lunch.
Ruin your evening, not your day.
Exactly.
Yeah, ruin your evening, not your day. Those are words to live by. But I do think that if you are throwing up gang signs and staying out late, it's probably a good indication that maybe you're involved in some gang activity. It's probably, I just look at that and I say, look, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that you do something else. I'll tell you something else that's crazy, though, is we have a woman here very upset about what Trump is doing in D.C. She wants to get our attention. Let's go ahead and take a listen to what she has to say.
Mega! Mega! I'm talking to you! I don't know how much longer I can take this. You MAGAs. I know you don't live in Washington, D.C., and you don't care what's going on there. You don't care about the overthrow of everything he is doing. But it's here, and you gotta live up to it, and you gotta fess up to it, MAGA. MAGA! MAGA!
Here we go.
I like that.
Here we go. Here
Bob,
we go.
pick up your mic.
Knock,
Bob,
here.
question for you.
Knock, knock.
Yeah,
Who's
right on.
there? That lady.
Bob, is that your type of woman?
Well, no, I don't think so. I'll tell you one thing. If there's any MAGA in the dashboard of her car, she's
Hold your mic, Bob.
Bob, the
MAGA out
mic.
of it. My mic is right here.
Bob, the mic.
It ain't
You
going
keep
nowhere.
dropping it, and it's pointing that way, Bob.
It's right here. It's right here. I promise.
Bob, the mic.
But
I think you guys would make a good couple. I think you'd maybe even out. You know
Really?
how they, yeah,
I
because
think
I mean,
you can fix her, Bob.
she's like knocking
needs,
on the phone, and you'll be like, hey, you don't have to knock on your phone. You could, and if you want to convince people, you could just calm down Maybe try to use logic and reasoning.
I think a 2 before would help her a little bit too.
I
Would be
can't
good.
say that. That's
You know,
domestic
but
violence is what that sounds
you know,
like. But
she just longs for the old days and everything.
She's got a septum piercing, Bob.
She does.
She's longing for the old days. She's got a hook
Yeah.
in her nose like a bull.
well, you know what?
Well,
There's
like
a lot
like
of
a
people.
prized bull that you bring in to mate with your cows.
If you've been to
That
Austin,
one
Texas,
was no prize.
people old-fashioned wear the septums now. You know?
Does Dylan? Does
Some
the
nice-looking women there, Bob.
Could be.
Dylan? Does the nose ring do it for you?
It does. I mean, a little. I remember my grandma's first beer, and it reminded me a lot of that. That was wild. Nah, she sounds like she has. I've never seen somebody like purposely deviate their septum, but that's what it sounds like throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
She gets out of breath yelling at her phone.
Yeah.
I
Did
mean,
you
that is peak
notice?
physical shape.
Did you notice that she was losing her voice and then she puts her hand on her throat to like keep it going? I mean, that's dedication
That's
right
like
there.
a poor man's. What is that thing when you gotta smoke and you're like,
What, tracheotomy?
yeah, it's like a poor man's listener. Like, oh, hold on, let me keep me in pitch.
She's like,
She
you're not
almost lost her
stopping this
voice.
message. I'm pushing on the throat here.
All right, we
bad.
got just a few seconds left. Coming up, Trump's assassin. Would-be assassin off the golf course has some interesting requests, interesting court filings. We'll be finding out about that after this short break.
Starring Andrew Cooperrider. Because apparently, America ran out of qualified talk show hosts. Stick around. His guests are way smarter than he is.
Well, we are going to put that to the test about my guests being smarter than I am. I'm joined today as we discuss the stories of the day, the stories gripping this nation, and then go ahead and make hilarious jokes about them. But my guest today, comedian, star of the movie The Finish Line, Michael Gilkiss. Michael, you know, you live
Thanks
in
for having
Kentucky.
me here.
You're from California, right?
No, I'm from Kentucky. I was a resident of California formerly.
Okay, now that you come back to Kentucky, are you enjoying the fried chicken?
Yeah, you know, I was at the, it's a really great place, the Colonel Sanders Museum in Corbin, Kentucky. It's really a great place to go to. Very informational. I learned that Colonel Sanders was an obstetrician. And, you know, the more I got to thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that's how he got the chicken finger licking good.
Oh.
So the secret is right there at the museum in Corbin. So thank you to the fine folks in Corbin for sharing that with
Michael,
me.
thank you for that dad joke. I appreciate it.
Yeah, boy.
Bob,
That really was.
The
That
filthy father.
I mean, that's the best you can do. Yeah.
I hate how long it took me to know what an obstetrician was.
you wear glasses.
Well, that case in point, obviously you needed one.
So, Bob,
Yeah.
you're an attorney. We fixed your mic. You're
Yeah,
looking good.
yeah.
You look like
I
Matt
am
Rife.
looking good.
Are you going to do crowd work?
I may
like Matt
do it.
Rife?
I may do
Or are
it.
you going to do Wild and Out?
Could be. Could be. Anyway, do you have a question for me?
He may be out, but not wild. Anyways, Bob, tell me, you're a lawyer. Tell me about the funniest case you've ever had the unfortunateness to be a part of.
Well, many of them, to talk about them, I'd have to change the name to protect the obviously guilty. But
Talk about the guy driving the white Bronco down the 405.
yeah, I didn't.
Just don't say his name.
Didn't quite have that one, but I had one where people litigated for 3 years over a violin made of plywood, and that was great.
Was it valuable?
No, to me, because I build the hell out of them, but no, so it was
Build the
valuable. in
hell
that
out of 'em,
way.
you
Look, if
say.
they want to fight over it, that works for me. But
I've been looking for my violin.
yeah. I tell you, you know, my worst client is this guy. I mean, I don't know whether he should plead insanity or the rest of us for being here. But
Well, we were talking off air. I said, Bob, is harass one word or two? And he said, it's definitely 2 words. And I'm like, you're you're hired. That's how it went.
That's it.
Dylan, you're a comedian breaking into the comedy world. I saw you there at a comedy show. Brought you on here today. I was very taken aback by the fact that you're both Asian and Native American.
Yeah.
A lot of content there. I do wonder, though, why you decided to join the Crips with your blue bandana.
I recently donated 13 inches of hair to Wigs for Kids, and
Is that what you called it when you gave it to him?
You split the wigs of the opposing gang?
I was trying to do a good thing, and they made me look like a lesbian. But now, there's a kid out there with leukemia and lice, and I feel bad for little dude can't win, man.
You gave him lice too, huh, Dylan?
I don't know.
The wig is so nice, it came with lice.
There you go.
Well, I had the appointment scheduled. They said, well, you can pay for the lice treatment or get it all cut off. And I didn't have the money for either, so I donated it to cancer.
Gave me a free haircut. What can you say, man?
Well, Bob, the attorney, this is a story I think specially meant for you. So as some of you all may remember, a little while back, a man named Ryan Roth, while Trump was still running for president, made an assassination attempt on Trump. He was caught when the barrel of his, I believe, AK-47 was sticking out of a bush on the golf course. Secret Service was a few holes ahead of Trump, and they happened to see his rifle barrel sticking out of the bush, and then I said, hey, look, there's a rifle barrel sticking out of a bush. That probably shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And they went ahead and apprehended the man, and he was attempting to assassinate Trump.
Didn't Brett Favre get in trouble for sending a picture of his rifle to a cheerleader?
Something like that, yeah.
Old story? Or?
No, this
Sorry,
is,
Packers fans.
Yeah.
You said you lived in L.A. for a little bit, right?
Yes.
You've seen
yes.
a few barrels poking out of some bushes, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it'd be weird if I hadn't.
Yeah.
So, how do we get past the fact that every man needs to learn how to hide the end of his rifle?
Listen, yeah.
Not in West Hollywood.
Yeah. Got to handle it right. And if you're going to have it in the bush, it needs to be concealed in the bush.
Conceal your rifle in the bush.
Fully
Well, he
encompassed.
made that mistake, and he let it poke out there. He got a little premeditated, a little pre-excited, and the rifle
premature.
a little premature with the
You
rifle
get in
barrel.
trouble when it's a premature
Well,
shot.
he's going to spend about the next 30 years in a place where he's going to get
he's going to try to get out of it here. He has a way out he's offered here. So first,
They call
he
that
is,
gay for the stage. This is what I've heard.
So he's representing himself in the case. Bob, you're an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Is that ever smart for a man to do, especially in a high-profile attempted murder case?
Well, probably it's not going to work out too well for him. But look at all the fees he's going to save. He's not going to have to. It should go about as well as it deserves to go for that guy.
Well, unshockingly, representing himself, Roth submitted 3 filings to the court, all of which were filled with unusual ass sentiments and riddled with typos. In one filing, he asked for access to female strippers and a putting green, suggesting he and Trump play a round of golf. And this is what he wrote. He said, a rung, spelled R-O-U-N-G, I'm assuming he meant round, a round of golf with the racist pig. He wins, he can execute me. I win, I get his job, Roth wrote, referring to the president. Now,
To me, this sounds like a Pauly Shore 80s show. Like the golf, the strippers. I say, if I were MTV, I'd make that.
Caddyshack 4 is going to be wild.
Yeah. The guy seems brain dead. We can't, and we couldn't let him be president. We've already done that. We had that before 4 years.
You know what's weird is it's not the first time somebody's challenged Trump to a round of golf for the presidency. Because I do believe Joe Biden did do that.
He did.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He forgot it, but he did.
Yeah. I mean,
Wait, was this after he beat the Easter Bunny at golf?
Yeah.
Or before?
Yeah.
Well, I think this would be an interesting way for us to pick our president. There'd be I think first it would destroy the entire PGA. Because they'd all either be dead or politicians. Because they would be playing off against each other for the presidency, of course. But it is an interesting way to try to get out of it. But he didn't stop there. He also suggested that he could physically fight Trump. He said, "I think a beatdown session would be more fun and entertaining. F-O-R, so that's a misspelling. He meant for. Everyone, give me shackles and cuffs and let the old fat man give it his worst," he wrote. During the hearing, Roth presented about a dozen additional witnesses that he would like to subpoena, including Trump himself. The court had already approved 4 character witnesses for Roth, but he requested several more, including a former romantic partner to testify on his gentleness. Dylan, do you have any former romantic partners that would love to testify about your gentleness?
I just don't feel like I can answer that on TV. That's I just like the thought of watching a twink fight a 78-year-old man. That's pretty awesome. Like, I'd watch that backyard brawl for sure.
Adds a new line to hobo fights.
Does the guy know what subpoena means? You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering.
I think
may not.
Bob was his lawyer, and then he put on this, like, motivational speaker outfit, and the guy was like, "I'm going to represent myself."
I can't trust a man who reminds me too much of Tony Robbins.
Bob's like, "I said subpoena."
That's
subpoena.
Right. It ends with an A. Come on. Yeah.
Not an S.
Not an S.
He also wrote an unusual letter to the judge asking why the death penalty isn't on the table. So he wanted to know why, in an attempted murder case, why he wasn't being considered for the death penalty, and proposing that he be included in a prisoner swap with U.S. adversaries, even suggesting he be sent to freeze in Siberia in exchange for a Ukrainian soldier. This whole time reading this, I just thought, like, Rocky, 8.
Yeah.
Would be hilarious with this guy. Like, Roth, you're going to beat the president. They've granted your fight appeal.
Training in the winter with a log on his chest and just never sits up. He's just stuck underneath.
I'm seeing it more as we make it lovable. I'm going with this Pauly Shore movie, Just like, hey, bro, what do you say? Me and you get some strippers, bro? We, play some... Why am I not getting the death penalty, bro?
Bob, could I ever, conceivably argue for strippers in prison?
Well, I think they strip in prison a lot. It's the other dudes. I don't think it's not going to be.
You could get male strippers, is what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
The judge could be like, "Look, I'll send you some male strippers. I don't know what they're going to do after they're done stripping."
When he gets to prison, he will be the stripper. He will, whether he likes it or not. So that's. I
know where he can get a good wig.
Yeah, or a bad wig.
I want to know how much he paid the prostitute to come testify on his side. That's why.
Listen, he paid me $150 and he was gentle. Normally when they pay that kind of money, they're a little rough.
The prosecutors at the end, he's like, "You were paid to be here, right? Okay, I rest my case."
Well, it's certainly an unusual court case, to say the least. Something else here, kind of unusual. Jasmine Crockett. Now, I don't know if some of you all know who this is. It's a congresswoman out of, I think, Texas.
Yeah.
And
I thought she was in Aladdin.
Pretty sure related to David.
I always get confused, Pocahontas and Jasmine Crockett. It happens all the time. But she is trying out a new Southern accent.
I love that.
Correction, a new ghetto black accent. Let's take a listen to that.
First of all, it's good to see you in the new year. No one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress. It's just not what my plan was. But what I've always decided is that I would step up.
Because these people, they are crazy. Because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things. Yeah, you ain't got to believe me. Just go Google. You'll find some of it. I'm telling you, and the wives is being messy and petty. They putting it in the divorce. I'm like, ooh, that's got to be true because your lawyer would know that they go.
Well, so in that video, the first part was when she was first running for Congress. The second part is as she has become a congresswoman, she's decided to start using words like, "You people have no idea what's going on." What's your best, do your best black ghetto woman.
Oh,
for
come
me,
on,
Michael.
Michael, I know.
Do it for me.
Are you trying to get me on a Diddy list?
Michael, just do it.
You trying to get me on the Diddy list?
Do it, Michael.
I like this lady. I like this lady a lot.
I'd vote for her.
And mainly I like her for my attorney, Bob. Great attorney.
Yeah.
Would you date that lady?
No, I wouldn't. But
Why?
Because she's pitiful. I mean, you couldn't shut her up with 2 or 3 rolls of duct tape.
She's a powerful woman, Bob.
Oh my God!
She's in the Senate?
Congress.
Congress from
Not
Houston.
that powerful. Let's calm it down.
Yeah.
Dylan, your best black woman ghetto accent, please go ahead.
You ain't ready for this, baby.
Man, give me a little bit more. Give me a little bit more. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan. Loud and proud. Let your true black woman shine.
Already, man.
Let your true black woman shine. Let's hear it, Dylan.
This is 12 years in comedy here, and it's 8 months. Right there. You're gonna be like, now we're gonna go to this clip from neoconservative assassinator, allegedly Andrew Cooperrider. And let's go to this clip right here of him doing his best LaQuisha impression.
Well, all I can say is you people have no idea about what's going on in these bedrooms. Okay, there you go. Even gave you the head shake on that one. Well, coming up after this, anything to protect our schools, right? Including putting in armed drones operated by men in Texas.
Sweet.
States away. We'll be covering that. When we come back, we've got Michael Gilkisson with us today, star of the movie The Finish Line. You can watch it free on Tubi. And we have attorney Bob Waters from Bob Waters Law and Dylan Sizemore, comedian out of Louisville. We'll be back in a few short minutes.
You're watching Late Night on the Right, where politics meets punchlines, and Andrew Cooperrider takes no prisoners. Stay tuned. The fun is just getting started. Right. Starring Andrew Cooperrider, because apparently America ran out of qualified talk show hosts. Stick around. His guests are way smarter than he is.
Welcome back to Late Night on the Right. Your host, Andrew Cooperrider, where we give you laughs. And the only reason you should be crying here is because somebody told a funny joke. And we have joining me today, comedian out of Louisville, Dylan Sizemore. Dylan,
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. You are, what are you, 50% like South Korean and 50%
It's
Native American?
25% Korean, like 40% Native, and then the rest is white. But we forget about that on stage.
Okay. And let me ask you, do you have voting privileges in the tribe?
No, they wouldn't let me in. They said, you look too white, dog.
You do not look, well, let's not get carried away. You don't look white, okay? Let's be clear, all right?
I did an audition for Hobo Jesus on Res Dogs. Didn't get it.
Bobby Lee got it, dog.
All right, and Bob, attorney, right?
Yeah.
What do you specialize in?
I specialize in suing people, and if they have enough money, I'll sue them again, sue them a second time.
That's why he's hired, baby.
Sue him a couple of times,
Sue
right?
them a couple times, whether they need it or not. Absolutely.
What is the most ridiculous case anybody has ever tried to get you to take?
Oh, I've gotten some weird calls about people who say that there's aliens following them, all kinds of things. And
How do you sue an alien, Bob?
well, I don't know. First, you wait for Tom Holman to catch him, I guess, and then.
And, of course, Michael Gilkisson, star of the movie The Finish Line. You got more projects coming up, of course, too, as well, right?
Yeah, we were planning a Sandy Wedge screening, so we shot that with Richard Pryor's.
what?
So we shot the film with Richard Pryor's son.
Is the movie called Sandy Wedge?
It's called Sandy Wedge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were like pitching some porno
No,
here.
no.
Look, I mean, it's late night, but come on, we are on TV.
No, we shot it here in Kentucky. It's with Mason Pryor. It's Richard Pryor's son. Very hilarious. I play a character named Sandy Wedge, and it's very funny.
Is that
funny, yeah.
would that be your porn name too, Sandy Wedge?
Sandy Wedge. No, it would probably be Barrel Bush,
That's what they call him.
and I would only shoot presidents.
They call him Sandy Wedge over at the county jail, though. That's what they call him.
Bob, your attorney
Bob,
would
that's
know.
confidential.
I called you on the payphone crying privately, Bob.
You're wedging it in, Bob.
Yeah.
All right, so returning to the news of the day, here's this coming out of, we've seen some, obviously, school shootings, unfortunate incidences, of course. Everybody's looking for a way to, how do we deal with this? How do we solve this? And a company out of Texas has a grand idea. This headline here, armed drones designed to neutralize school shooters in seconds are being tested in several Florida districts. The drones, kept in a secure charging boxes on participating campuses, will be operated by FAA certified pilots in Texas. Pause there. Are school hallways FAA airspace?
I guess they will be now.
Also,
I love how Texas is like, we're going to try this idea. We think it's a great idea. We're going to do it in the state of Texas first. We're going to test it in Florida. Going to test it there.
we came up with the idea, but we think Florida's dumb enough to try it out.
It's like me being like, so I'm going to do this thing. Dylan, you jump out of the plane with no parachute. We see how it goes, and then I see if I want to do it.
Well, one thing is them operating these drones out of Texas, they better hope the internet connection is pretty solid. I mean, imagine a delay as you're trying to take down a school shooter. End up hitting Sally instead. Oh, geez.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's Comedy
moved too
Club.
fast. He moved too fast.
I got a black water bottle with me. If I pull it out too fast, am I going to get shot?
Oh, my gosh.
It's just a drone with a Glock taped to it.
I just don't understand why they don't have the principals operating these, like, in their office, like, lockdown. Principal shuts the door. It's game time. Puts on,
Ready Player One.
His chair pops up, joysticks, and he's like, I'm ready to take it. I can do it.
Well, isn't it the superintendents that are always embezzling all the money? Like, shouldn't we train them to use the rocket launchers and stuff?
Well,
actually get their money's worth.
And I think it could be used as well as, like, school fights, things like that. Be like, do you want me to get the drone in here? I'll get the drone in here. Okay, if you guys do not keep it down in the back, I will call the drone in here and he will deal with you.
We're Texas. You can't kill your kid before birth, but I'll kill him at school.
Well, it says here, each drone is equipped with two-way communication system.
Oh, wonderful.
That's great.
Wonderful.
Is the FAA pilots also certified negotiators?
The next kid with a baby monitor is going to take over this thing. That's
Well, you
terrifying.
could have some live streaming too. It would be good.
Yeah, well, the
Even
drones pay for
pay-per-view.
themselves.
Think about pay-per-view.
I like
Okay.
that. Yeah. Subscription based.
Yeah, the drones would pay for themselves. You're like, look, this is a private
good
company
YouTube
operating
channel.
the drones. It's not open to open records reports, but you can pay for the low price of $30. Us taking down this school shooter. That would be, it could pay for itself. I would pay for it.
My
Yeah, I
high
would
school
pay for it.
ceilings were 8 feet. I'm not that tall, but I can get 8 feet. All right, like 100%, I would grab this thing and chase my friends. They're all getting gunned down.
Here's the question too: are you putting one in every single classroom? I just think we shouldn't. Our way of dealing with school shooters shouldn't be thwarted by a closed door.
It's like a bug trying to get out your car window.
Yeah, it comes up on the door shooters inside. Well, let's not. Oh, it could be the drone. Don't open it. Don't open it.
Now,
the drone's trying to get in.
I mean this with all due respect to everyone in the Asian community, but I like this incentive of getting kids to learn math by having weapons pointed at them. It's time for America to catch up.
That's very
How long
Asian.
until we outsource those jobs to India? The drone operator's job.
I thought you were going to say
Hello, welcome today. Please put down the weapons.
Having shootings
Dylan,
because
can
they-
you do your best Indian impression, please?
because they can't
We have
understand
some
the
makeup
pilot.
for you.
Get on the ground, please. Please get on the ground.
He's doing it.
He did it.
He's doing
He did it.
I
He
did
did
it. He
it.
thought it was okay.
I'm Asian. I get away with that one. I can't get away
He's
with
done
that
in
one.
Bollywood, baby. We got him done.
Dylan, I don't
it.
get booked for comedy clubs, buddy. You have a career to worry about.
You're done in Cincinnati,
I've
buddy.
reached my pinnacle. I'm the host on a late night show on cable TV.
If they canceled me for being Asian and doing an Asian accent, I deserve that one. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true. You do have a pass.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
They are
see?
technically
He,
Asian.
I know
he
that.
has, he
Got that
has
one.
the
No,
card.
nice loophole. Good
Yeah.
job, Dylan.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, don't want a drone gun. Shot you the finger guns. Well, they said the drones aren't just let loose upon activation. Oh, sorry. They have a two-way communication system, alarms, to scare the
alarms
shooter.
for when I grab them,
Let them know there's a problem going on. and non-lethal pepper spray pellets, the company said.
I'm for sure chasing my friends with those.
Yeah, I mean, there's no threat here at all. Geez, I was going to shoot up the school, but I might get a little spice on my sandwich while I'm doing
That's right.
it.
You know how each kid has a laptop? I'd say each kid has a drone, and like they use it as an alarm clock. Where
What
it's
if they
like,
handle
you're going to
their
be late for
differences?
school, Johnny.
No, this is a good idea. They could handle their differences this way.
Yeah.
They could have drone fights shooting
Yeah.
pepper balls at each other in the hallway.
Was this a Steven Spielberg film? Like a 2000s post?
Ready Player 2? Player 1 was, our original version.
It wasn't on pepper
It didn't
spray.
stop the school shooting.
It didn't work
We
out.
needed Player 2.
Yeah.
We need another drone in here. They brought a shotgun. Who would have expected them to bring a shotgun
That's
to a school
old school
shooting?
stuff. That's old school.
All
But
right,
then
so
they forget to charge it. They're like, oh, you just don't have to charge it.
here you go. The drones aren't just let loose upon activation either. The company commander, this is in quotations.
Commander?
The company commander. You have been brought here to fight for American students.
It's like I'm picturing the inception of this company. It's like, all right, so obviously he's the president. Whoa, wait a minute. I'm not the president of this company. I'm the commander.
Yeah.
You want to
Well-
be the commander of this company. Are you putting up, you're putting up all the money. Okay, you're the commander of the company. Yeah, let's just go on with it here.
I think this does open up the opportunity, though. Like, normally when you see, like, a fat guy eating Cheetos that says, oh, I'm in law enforcement, you're like, oh, he's like a security guard or something. Now he could be a drone operator. That man could have saved countless children's lives
With his
stopping
Cheeto
skills. When he's like, oh, I'm going to need some Twizzlers, a Monster Energy drink, and we're going to take this shooter down.
It's literally just the guy from South Park is now in charge of saving your kids.
Yeah.
The fat guy at the computer.
Is that plausible, Bob, having Cheeto fingers slipping off the controller?
I think so.
Okay,
Plausible
so
deniability?
Don't see any problem.
now
with
the
that.
upside, the entire upside. So we can agree there's a lot of downsides to this, right? You have doors; they can shoot the drones, and while shooting the drones, they could end up hitting somebody else. You have the doors are a big problem. Am I wrong?
Doors. Number
You
one.
have internet connectivity to be of some concern, right? Because if there's a little bit of a lag or something else, that
my
could cause
gosh.
problems. So we all agree that's an issue, right? Okay.
Yeah, we're there.
But what is the positive side of these drones? The quick response, right? They would respond faster than law enforcement. They'd get out there faster. That's the pitch, right?
And they're a
Okay.
hell of a lot of fun.
I just want to make sure we're on the same
That
page.
town-
That's the only upside of the drone idea.
That town that Matthew McConaughey's from that had the shooting, they would definitely be faster than them.
That's
Way faster.
You would think, but hold on. I continue now in the story. The company
still
commander
going.
is charged with issuing a flight plan. It's a hallway. Anyway,
a flight-
he's
a
charged
flight
with
plan.
issuing a flight plan and working alongside school officials and law enforcement before engaging, according to the company. So before they can fire up the drones and engage the school shooters, they have to wait for law enforcement or to get a hold of school officials telling them it's okay to go ahead
boy.
and fire up.
Why don't we throw some school board meetings in there?
Yeah.
And air those.
That's
and
only
and do a town hall Q&A with opinions. in there.
loophole that covers the whole thing.
And it's
like that.
interesting.
Takes all the
Anything-
fun out.
So it's no faster.
It's not faster.
And it
It
won't
can be
happen at
thwarted
all.
by a $15 gas mask I get from the Army surplus store.
Yeah.
And
Dylan, don't say that. They're going to hear it, they're going to wear it, and they'll be like, well, Dylan Sizemore told me to wear a gas mask, and now I'm not bothered by the
Congress
pepper ball.
has to pass it. Dylan's got to do an Indian accent. And phone it in, yeah.
Finally, we can outsource our security, though. That has been one thing that has been stuck with Americans. Finally,
Yeah.
we could potentially move that outside of our borders.
I need a guy who's thousands of miles away, doesn't speak English that well, to talk to the police and get them to speak to him first.
Well, and this country has never had a hard time with drones. I can't think of a single time this country has had a problem with drones flying around and us
It's
being
a simple
frightened by
plan.
them.
Pretend it's Iran.
Yeah, that's right.
What happens if, hold on, what if Iran, China, any of these hack into the drones? Or Korea,
wonderful.
looking at you,
Or
Dylan.
send their own.
Yeah, wasn't there a whole James Franco movie about this?
Yeah.
Like they hacked into Sony. If they can hack into Sony,
They can
they're
hack
getting
into your
that
school
drone
drones.
zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a window for James Franco to come back. He could like harass the people doing the tech support or whatever. Maybe some Me Too's again. Get Bob in there.
Well,
Why
You
not?
take a case, right? You
Sure.
take a Me Too case.
Like, what if you take a vent off and this thing just flies into a vent? It just now it's just gassing the whole school. All right.
well, and they're left charging in boxes.
Oh, that's the kicker.
Oh.
Did I tell
What
you?
if they
gotta
don't
open the
land
box.
well? Like, is there a monthly test? And then if you don't dock them right, you're like, school shooting happens. It's like, Frank, you didn't dock the drone.
It hasn't been charging at all.
Low battery floats to the ground. Now you gave them pepper balls. You gave the shooters pepper balls. Well, we're coming up on a break here. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I hate to brag here, but I was in a Lowe's commercial early on in my career with a Lobot, and this is a Lowe's robot. And I kid you not, we were about to film, and they said, "Hang on, the robot needs to charge." So this is like, production money, big bucks waiting for this robot to charge. They didn't put that in the commercial. Sorry, Lowe's. Looks like Home Depot.
Were they also operated by a Lowe's company commander?
I think it was the little Roomba thing. It was cleaning the floors too, right?
We stop shoplifters with
Yeah.
pepper balls. Well, coming up after this, the whitest guy you know, Nick Shirley, or maybe you don't know him, hits the streets into Chicago to find out about gang violence. Of course, that's a wise move to make. And also, we'll have a story coming out of Canada about women trading sexual favors for a roof over your head, because that's how you know your housing market is on fire.
Yeah.
You know your housing, it's time to invest. When you see women trading sexual favors for housing, that's your time to go ahead and start investing.
But
we'll
how
have
did they
that
find
in
out I was doing that?
We'll have that in a few short minutes.
You're watching Late Night on the Right, where politics meets punchlines, and Andrew Cooperrider takes no prisoners. Stay tuned, the fun is just getting started. Starring Andrew Cooperrider, because apparently America ran out of qualified talk show hosts. Stick around, his guests are way smarter than he is.
And welcome back to your final segment on Late Night on the Right. It's been some laughs, some crying from laughter, and we're all having a good time. I'm joined today by Dylan Sizemore, comedian out of Louisville, Bob Waters, the attorney from Bob Waters Law, or Waters Law, whatever.
Waters Law.
Doesn't matter. Google
Well,
it, you'll
whatever.
find him.
Yeah, I'm out there.
And Michael Gilkisson, star of the movie The Finish Line, comedian.
On Tubi.
On Tubi.
They send me nice checks, so I would appreciate it if you guys could go there.
Yeah, go to
Amazon,
Tubi.
you guys step it up. Apple, you guys step it up.
And watch every ad, okay? Michael needs it to pay his light
I do. I do.
So, starting us off here in this final segment, this guy named Nick Shirley on Twitter. There was a full video. I wanted to bring you more of the video. The problem is there would be so many bleeps, it would be unintelligible. So I grabbed the only short clip I could find to really get across. And so he went out into Chicago to cover the crime issue. This is just like 20 seconds from that video to give you an idea of what he came across.
I'm so
Let's
excited.
take a watch at that.
Got this massive gun on you. What is this called? ARP. Whoa. And now after your brother got shot, how do you feel about gun violence? Are you ready for the gun violence to stop? Or
Hell no.
That was the question there, in case you missed it, was now that your brother got shot, are you ready for the gun violence to stop? And his response was, Dylan?
Hell no.
Hell nah.
In an Indian accent.
In an Indian
I
accent.
expected
Yeah.
more from you.
Now, how do you think the rest of the video went, Michael?
I guess a lot more, let's say this, more shooting in Chicago than's happening in this studio right now. That's my guess.
In that few seconds there, he had one gun out. He goes, "Oh, what is that?" He goes, "Oh, it's an ARP." Now, I've heard of an AR pistol.
Wait, isn't that an old people retirement thing or something?
Yeah, 55 to qualify for that gun.
You got to be at least 55 to qualify for the gun, Dylan said.
Or 6 feet under. Bam, bam.
Yeah.
But I've heard of an AR pistol before. I have never once thought to call it an ARP.
You'd actually get a card with it. Your ARP card to carry it.
I'm an ARP member. Do you offer a ARP discount at this hotel?
I think you get the 5-finger discount. Is what you get. Yeah.
Yeah, you
big
get a lot of
discount
things
with
for
that.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, if you show the gun, you will get an ARP discount. It just
Yeah.
won't always be legal.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And then he gets a gun pointed at him, to which he
Whoa,
responds
whoa.
with, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." Well, you went to film in Chicago as like the whitest guy I've ever seen. Did you not expect a gun?
I know. I like how he gets super white too. Like, whoa, 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 there, fella. Hey, fella, I'm filming this for my documentary. Hold your horses, partner. Holy Toledo.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, great
geez,
balls
you're
of
Marge.
fire.
I'm sorry. That is true. He did
anybody
respond
going to-
so white.
Is anybody going to the Mumford & Sons concert? You fellas like that music?
And we wonder why they don't respect us as white people.
Now listen, let's settle this at the Lumineers concert, all right?
Yeah.
Let's go listen to some Zach Bryan, okay? Some Little River Band, and let's talk this out.
Guys, I listen to Eminem. I'm cool. Let me in O-Block.
You don't need to be pointing your gat my way.
Your ARP is not.
ARP.
How do you not know who Shane Gillis is? Nate Bargatze?
Your
Dylan
ARP.
Sizemore? Michael Gilkison?
Oh yeah.
Bob Waters? His clients walk on
they're all-
water.
Yeah.
He's the guy you want to call when that ARP gets you in TROUBLE. That was trouble. I hope I spelled it right.
Well, close. You know, closer than we thought you'd
That might be
do.
the
Do you
only
think their
white
checks would clear,
response.
Bob?
Barely. Barely.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
That was a trick question, Dylan.
You know, I think he.
Glad we avoided that one.
He probably Nick didn't get killed because they probably thought of him more as a parole officer. You know that they
Yeah.
have to give him-
Okay. That's smart.
you know.
Yeah. Anytime they see a white person,
They
it's
see a white
normally-
person, it's like that must be my parole officer. It's a new one. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Last guy got shot. You know.
That makes sense. That makes sense. We do have this story too. Coming out of Canada, we know that property prices are getting high here in America, but of course, Canada's facing their own property crisis, and some women. Some women have found an interesting reason to get some money off their rent. Let's go ahead and take a watch at that.
We're undercover, waiting for a man who posted an ad online.
Hey, Jacqueline?
Offering up a place to live.
I can sit here.
Rent-free. But there's a catch.
That's what kind of with the friends with benefits sort of thing, right? If you're into that.
I want to hear from your terms, because a lot of people say different things, and that's one thing I find.
We fool around a little bit here and there, right? Sort of.
When you say,
Same bad, right?
Yes, you heard right. And yes, he gets explicit.
If you're not into actually having sex, that's cool. We can do other things, right?
This is the dangerous trend we're investigating, emerging out of Canada's housing crisis. Sex for rent. We're searching for indecent rental ads.
a cute, fun female to help me relax, ideal for student or international student.
We want to know, how common are they? Could they be leading young women, especially those in colleges and universities, into sexual exploitation? And what are the consequences?
Bob, not only did they blur your face, they changed your voice.
Oh, yeah. Can you believe that? And I feel insulted. They'd call me a Canadian. I don't know what's up with that, but
I thought that was polite of you, and you were like,
Yeah.
we can do other stuff too.
Wow.
Like, what, how Canadian of them to
Well,
be like,
you know
yeah,
what,
that's
you
true.
know.
That's true.
Even in
That-
a bad situation, the guy was nice. That is.
You know,
Listen,
I guess
we can
he
even keep
was
our pants on. I
Well,
just want to be held.
It's pretty damn cold in Canada, so I guess they need to. You know,
Now,
it's gonna
look,
be
if you
cold up
want to
there.
get another degree, I'd be happy to pay for that. Too.
Yeah.
Do you think who's the real victim in that situation? Is it the women or is it the men? Because there's a lot of value in a home and a place to rent like that in Canada.
There sure is, yeah.
Coming out of Canada? What a headline.
We genuinely just called this college. That is crazy that they have to call it Craigslist up there.
They're praying. Who's still scrolling? How's that a viable place to find rentees? Craigslist. When's the last time you were on Craigslist?
And I like it how
more homes
he's
through Tinder than I ever did Craigslist.
And I like it how he's like, I want a college student or an international student. Well, like, how was, sweetie, how was Canada? It was hard. Harder than I thought.
Well, we'll have to end on that. We've just got a few seconds left here in the show today. Joining me today, Dylan Sizemore. Dylan, how can they find you?
Follow me on Instagram at dsize54 and
dsize54. Fantastic.
D-size.
Instagram dsize54.
That's the Craigslist ad,
That
too.
is
Yeah.
54. Completely got it.
Dylan
Bob
Sizemore, it
Waters,
makes
Bob
sense.
Waters Law, and then of course Michael Gilkison, star of the movie The Finish Line, which you can watch today for free on Tubi. Just make sure you watch the ads. Don't speed through them. I've been your host for the day, Andrew Cooperrider, your host here on Late Night on the Right. We come at you every week, bringing you the headlines and all the laughs. Until next week, we'll be seeing ya.